Hey guys, welcome back to Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon with me, Brad M73. And this week, we are on week number 2. And as you can see, we've got some parts here. We'll see how much we can get through. I don't really know what to expect. It looks like I've got a couple extra frame pieces up there. We have the Dejeric. What is that little table called? Hold on. I'm horrible with that little table name. It says Holo Game Board. Easy enough for me. It's Dejeric, Dejarik. So looks like we are going to be assembling some framework in this episode, which is fine by me. I don't think I'm gonna. I know in this episode I'm supposed to actually stick the sticker to the game board. I don't think I'm gonna do that yet because I still haven't gone and bought any paints or anything like that. So I'm going to research this game board. I'm gonna meticulously watch the movie a couple times to see what color that board this is, and then I'm gonna paint it accordingly down the road. So. We'll have to wait and see there. And then fitting the quad laser assembly. I guess it just kind of pushes in here. I don't know that I'm going to actually... I don't know if it really sets in there. I'll have to wait to get that piece out. And then it talks about issue 3 and 4. Okay. So, where the parts fit. Quad laser turret goes up there. We have the sticker for the front, like the control panel, and then color-coded screws. Black buttonhead screws fix frame sections together. Brass screws are used to assemble the cannons and radial frames. 3mm countersunk screws are used to assemble the side frame. Man, these are some tiny screws. Silver self-tapping screws hold the hull panels to the framework. 6mm self-tapping screws are used to assemble the main hold. That's the main cargo hold. That's the one that we see Luke using his lightsaber with in the in the first episode. Brass 4mm self-tapping screws are used to assemble the corridors. Okay, and we have a free screwdriver. It's free. Yeah, we paid for it, trust me. We're paying for it. It ain't free. Let's see here. Hull frames. All right. All right, so I guess first of all, I need to get my knife out. We'll go ahead and cut this piece. We'll cut this section open. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I don't murder myself here, because that would really suck, because I really want to enjoy putting this together over the next 2 years. Okay. All right. And again, if you're going to use a knife like this, just be careful to try to cut away from yourself or cut in a fashion that you are comfortable with. I'm fairly used to cutting packages like this open, so just go with whatever you're comfortable. Whatever you're comfortable with. If you're using an X-Acto knife, be even more careful. X-Acto knives are like this really sharp, razor knives that can be. And trust me, I've cut myself with those things over the years and bled like crazy, and I don't even like to think about it. Okay, so hands are good to go. We are safe, thankfully. All right, so we will, once again, we've got another backing that looks like Millennium Falcon, cool beans, and it's going to go into the trash anyway. Maybe we'll build a paper Millennium. No, we won't be able to build that. All right, so I'm going to flip this over so I don't have any parts go flying everywhere. And I'm going to use the back of this to kind of put my screws in, so I'm going to set that aside. One thing that is definitely a problem is I'm going to have to pop this piece out and actually rotate this a little bit, because the alignment is incorrect on this piece, which I think is kind of funny because this is supposed to be the most screen accurate model, and we're only at week 2 and we already have that. The weathering on this is all right. It looks like they kind of used a wash. Actually, it looks better back here than it does on the side. This top piece is pretty good. And a lot of people, a lot of early YouTubers, especially guys from the UK, had me really worried about the color differences between these two pieces. And I think it actually doesn't look that bad. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm using a studio light here, so it's kind of close, and it might be washing that out. But it's not as bad as I thought. And, you know, being that the Millennium Falcon hull is made of, you know, all these different pieces, you know, you might not want them all to be, you know, you might not want them all to look identical anyway. Now, as far as this piece goes, getting it out might serve to be a slight challenge. It looks like there's actually glue up under the lip, so I'm going to need to take a razor blade. I'll probably do that off screen later. And then there's also a little tab on the inside right here that aligns it, so I'm going to have to knock that out and then re-glue it in its proper orientation. So I don't know if I'm going to do that on screen or not, but we'll see. We'll see. First things first. Assembling the hull frames. Issue 1 provided the first 2 frames for the section of the hull above, the starboard docking ring. And issue 2 includes the next 2 pieces. Oh, so it actually has like a little diagram of the frame. So that's how much we have left to do of the top frame, I think. I think this is the top frame. At least this part will be. You have also received 6 of the connecting plates. Wait, 6? Wait, you have also received 6 of the connecting plates and 12 of the screws required to assemble them, plus 2 spares. The hull framework is assembled with 2-hole and 4-hole. Oh, the connector. Okay, so that must be these little guys. So there's 1, 2, 3 there, 4, 5, 6 there. Okay. It is important to fit the right type of connector to each joint, so they have been given letter codes to tie up with the step-by-step instructions. You need to use at least 2-hole connectors at points A, D, and F, and 4-hole connectors at B, C, and E. Okay. So I guess I have to get all these pieces out and figure out what they are. From the pieces with this issue, take parts 6 and 7, hull frames TF3, okay, this is TF3, and TF4, plus all the connectors and fixing screws. Okay, so there's the connectors. Here's the fixing screws. Okay, and we are going to pop out this free screwdriver, which, oh my gosh, this is a pain in the butt to get out. Okay, there we go. Phew. All right, and I hear this thing's magnetic. Or maybe not. I have I have an old motor bell here, so I can just, that's definitely magnetic. I'm going to leave that in there for a second. This is just off an old electric motor, and I can, you know, use it to magnetize my screwdrivers when I need it. So, okay, so, all right, the screws don't know if I have some cutters to really cut these. Using wire cutters to cut those open. Okay, so I think we're gonna have what, 2 extra screws? Because God knows I have really dark floors. I've got hardwood floors and dark carpets or rugs, and Yeah, those would be gone into oblivion if that fell off. Okay, so next up are these little guys. So I'm just going to cut those out, put those up here. Get out of the bag. There we go. Okay, and now the 4 connectors. Okay. Okay, so that's TF04. Looks like we have it oriented like this, and actually it almost has like a slight taper to it. It's not completely flat. You can see it rocking like that. I'm assuming that the covering for the hull is actually slightly curved, so that's probably to be expected. You will also need hull frames TF1 and TF2, which were provided with issue 1, parts 11 and 12. Well, good. I've got those right here. TF2 and TF1 over here. Okay. So, take a 2-hole connector and 1 screw and align the parts with frame TF1, which is this one, at position A in the diagram. So position A, I think, is right there. And looking at the picture down here, I need to get my parts out here a little bit differently. That out of the way. And actually, I'm going to put this up here. Now I can move this down. Maybe you guys can see a little bit better. All right, so this is part TF1. Actually, I'm going to scoot my chair up a little bit before I get hemorrhoids sitting on the edge there. Okay, take a 2-hole connector and 1 screw. Okay, look at that. Bam, right on there. Okay, and a 2-hole connector. Got 2 holes. 2-hole connector and 1 screw, and align the parts. Okay. So is that gonna? Man, that's a tiny screw. Oh, come on. It can't be this hard. What's the piece I'm going to be screwing in next to it? I'm going to just guess that it's going to be something like this. So I'm going to just lay this out here so that it's easier to screw this in. There we go. I don't know if this is the right piece, but I'm just going to do that for... Okay, there we go. Screw the connector to the frame. Okay. Screw the connector to the frame, making sure the screw is not misaligned or cross-threaded. Yeah, when it talks about cross-threading, it's you want the threads of the screw and the threads of the hole to line up. And cross-threading is basically like when the little lines in the screw don't align properly with the hole that they're supposed to go into. And since these are machined, you want to make sure that those line up properly so that they get a good mesh. It should go in without resistance, but do not tighten it fully. So it should go in without resistance. It should always go in without resistance, guys. And maybe girls. Let's see, attach the 4-hole connector to the corner or frame TF1. Or the frame of frame TF1. Okay. Looks like that is the one they're talking about. Oh yeah, because this is upside down. All right. Okay. So again, we're kind of doing the same thing. And I am, okay, yeah. Hopefully you guys... Oh, my hand's in the way. Sorry, guys. You guys are like, move, Brad, we can't see, darn it. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, and I'm not going to tighten that too terribly much. Okay, take frame TF2, which is this one, and align it with the frame TF1 as shown. Like this. Wait, no. It is more like this. Like that right there. Okay, all right. Is that right? Yep. Okay. Pick up a little screw here. Now, what they're talking about cross-threading is I always rotate the screw counterclockwise and then start going clockwise. And if I feel any initial resistance, I'll actually stop. And I'll turn my screwdriver counterclockwise. That's this direction. Well, like, you know what? You know how a clock works, unless you're of the digital age, then I'm screwed. But a counterclockwise is a leftward rotation, and you'll kind of feel like a little click when you screw these in, and that way you know that you're aligned with the hole properly. Okay, so we got another one of these. Make sure. Okay, so there's our first piece of truss together. Awesome. Or the frame together, not necessarily truss. Okay, take from TF2, blah, blah, blah. You can insert a second hole into the 4-hole connector. Oh, I think I already did that. Yep. To finish joining the frames. You can now do up all 4 screws, but do not over tighten them. Okay, so that, yeah, they're just saying, you know, make sure to leave these slightly loose. So that, you know, you can even kind of wiggle them a little bit maybe, and then tighten them all. Now these I kind of want to do with Loctite or something like that. Not that this kit should be going under any type of vibrations, but yeah, I think Loctite would help from keep those screws from backing out. And okay, so our focus is doing okay. And all right, so next up is we're basically going to be doing the same with this piece here. Okay. And I'll just align, let's see, this is TF2 and TF3. Whoop. Get in there, okay. I'm going to tighten this down until they're slightly snug, but not too snug. Okay. Now it looks like we need another 4-frame adapter. Hello. This is a little bit tougher because this is like one of those things where you need like a second hand, or a third hand, I'm sorry. We already have a second one. And these pieces aren't magnetic, so you can't pick them up. Okay. Right in there. Huh. I feel bad. I'm like putting my hand right in front of the camera every time. I think maybe in a future episode I will have to move the position of the camera. There we go. You guys, oh golly, I'm like really, okay, so that's how we're going there. Oh gosh. Pick up all the screws. Okay. 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 And again, just make these slightly snug. Keep doing it. Sorry, guys. I'm like the worst video camera position. I should have like multiple cameras. I don't have enough money for that though. Okay. So there's that. I'm already getting a sense of like how massive this thing is going to be just by doing this. Okay, and then what else do we have to do? We have to connect this piece somehow, which, okay, so we're going to have to do this. It's saying a 4-pin connect, or 4-hole connector goes up front here. I got it. I'm doing it again. Okay. And then I guess a 2-hole is going to go back here. Is that right? Prepare the final joint by fitting the last 2-hole connector at position F, which is going to be, I guess, right here. And then I think this piece, no, this piece is going to be like this, I think. Yeah. Does that look right? So I have this, so they have it like in different positions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way that goes. Okay. So let's get the last 2-pin connector, or 2-hole. Pins, holes, same thing. No, they're not. Okay. Sounds like it's like windy out, or maybe it's finally raining. They said that we would have thunderstorms all day today. It hasn't rained a single drop that I know of. Even last night, we had this like ginormous storm, and everybody's like, "We're gonna have thunderstorms all night." And no, it ended up not happening. I don't know what was all that. I don't know why. I don't know why. We got lucky, I guess. Okay, so we are going to fit this last couple pieces here. Hello. Okay. Let me just drop that, right there. I'm going to cut that bit out. No, I won't. I'll forget about it. Okay, so make sure. Let me just loosen these up ever so slightly. Come on. There we go. Okay. I think that's right about there. They have like these little squared bits so that everything fits properly, I think. And they are at its slight angle, so I think that, yeah, this piece is going to be angled once we're finally, ready to put it all together. Okay, so I think that's actually pretty pretty nice and strong. actually rather impressed with how that's gone together. It's, you know, I was expecting there to be like a little bit of flex in it, but there's really not. It's really, you know, like the tolerances here at these joints are really, really tight. They're in very, very straight lines. So definitely happy with that. So far the build quality's really, really pretty impressive. Okay, fine. Okay, so that completes this stage of the frame assembly. Okay, and then they have it like, oh no, they have it inside out like this. Okay, there you go. We're now complete with this stage. Let's see, the extra holes and the 4 stage connectors will be used to attach more frames at a later stage. Finally, test fit the hull plate from issue 1. Oh, finally. Get that out, which is this thing right here. By pressing the 2 molded lugs, I'm assuming they're meaning like these things here. The 2 molded lugs into the circled holes in the frames. Okay, so looks like it goes right. Yeah, is that right? Hey, that's not the. Oh wait, yeah, it is. Never mind. Shh, don't listen to me. All right, so there we go. We've got the first section of Millennium Falcon complete. Okay, that's pretty cool, guys. I have to say that. Where's this? I wonder what part this is. I've got the blue. Oh, I got the blueprints behind me. Oh, it says there's an exclamation point, guys. Ooh, you know, sound the alarms. When you have finished, be sure to store the assembly carefully, as the hull panel is not fixed and the metal frame could be distorted if pressure is applied to it. So we want to make sure that you know, we don't have anything heavy laying on top of this, and you know, we don't want to bend the frame. That would not be good. All right, next page. Man, we're really going. Okay, so the next page is assembling the hologram board. I'm not going to be doing that, so I'm just going to leave those parts in here. But we will take a quick look at it, and actually, it already has some painting done to it. Come on, can you see? There we go. Can you see there's like some blue, there's a blue, red dots there. Same thing on the other side. So I don't know. I'm going to research this a little bit, and we'll see. I'm going to see what I want to do with that. However, applying the instrument panel. So we will take our instrument panel. There's a couple holes in it. Well, there's more than a couple. There's 4 holes in it. Can you guys see that? Can you see it? Focus. Hopefully you can see those holes. Those are actually for you know, parts of the instrumentation later. But there are also 4 holes, whoops, in the sticker. Actually, I have 3 extra screws, not 2. There we go. And we have the little sticker here. Hopefully you guys can see that well. You can see the holes in there. So, how am I going to do this without screwing this up? Because that is... I wonder if I have a little tiny... I used to have some really super tiny... Yeah, here we go. I got these really super tiny Allen wrenches, which may be small enough to go through these holes, and then again, they are not. Oh, there we go. Okay, can I fit it back through the other way? There we go. All right, so that'll be my guide. Oh wait, let me see if I've got another one, because I should have a few. The really, really tiny ones. Oh, there's one. Did I lose it? No, there it is. And okay. So I'm gonna use these as guides for the sticker. Okay, like so. I don't know if you can see. Oh, let me get this stuff out of the way. And whoop, hello. I'm kind of working a little bit more close to me. There we go. And I'm really nervous now. It's okay, so the instrument panel is also provided as a self-adhesive sticker. You can apply this to the control console now, but as you cannot fit the console in place permanently yet, you may prefer not to stick the instrument panel or stick the instruments in place until you receive the remaining parts. That will enable you to complete the cockpit interior. So, okay. The quad laser turret, okay, so it says you can test fit the 2 pins on the console to match the holes, but do not fix them yet. Okay, that's fine. The cockpit instruments are printed on self-adhesive sticker. Carefully peel off the backing and apply a sticker, lining up the 4 holes in the area shown. Oh man! All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Jazz hands. Bloop. No. Don't jazz hands. Oh, come on. Oh. I had it for a second. There it goes. Yay. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 Allen screws through here, the 2 holes. There we go. Hopefully you can see how those are lined up there. Hopefully I get the focus matching at some point. And I'm just going to, slowly move this down. And then I'm going to go out of frame here for a second because I have another hole down here. I absolutely need to make sure that that lines up properly. And it looks like it is. And there's a slight bend in this instrument panel, and I didn't score anything. I didn't even really realize it. It wasn't flat at first. So, okay, so I'm just gonna push down on that. Now, one thing I'm noticing off the panel here is we kind of have this stark white line around it. So I might actually take like a black pen or something like that, or a Sharpie, and actually you can see here there's quite a bit of the sticker hanging off the side panel. So I'm gonna have to wait. I'm not gonna do anything yet, but I'm gonna wait to see how all of this fits into the cockpit together, so that I know if I need to cut something later on. We can come back to this piece, and we can actually pop. It just kind of snaps in place there. We're not gonna glue it. I'm not gonna glue anything yet, but we're just gonna test fit that. And then there's 2 holes here, and again they said don't glue anything because we got some chairs coming in a week or 2. I'm not sure. And so there is our little instrument panel. Hopefully you guys can see that. And there's the back. So finally, fitting the quad laser. I don't really see any screw holes or anything like that. It looks like it just basically fits right in here like this. And there's not... it feels like it's going to take some considerable pressure to get that in there, but eventually it's going to be pew pew pew. And actually, I already have it upside down. Oh no, I don't. No, it's supposed to go like that. But I'm not gonna fit it in until I have everything painted up. So I'm gonna do that at a later time. I might do that off screen, and we'll see how that goes. So I think that pretty much brings, let's see, okay. This issue's parts include the circular turret for the upper quad laser. The metal parts of the cannon were provided with issue 1, which showed how to assemble them using the screwdriver provided this time. Oh, so we weren't supposed to we were supposed to have a screwdriver from episode 2 to do our assembly from episode 1. That makes tons of sense. Okay, whatever. Let's see, it says, with the screw holes on the underside, the square pin on the cannon mounting will push into the matching hole into the turret to secure it. But do not be tempted. Do not be tempted to do this until you have finished preparing the turret and the cannon. Fitting and refitting the joint may loosen it. Yeah, so I'm not going to push it in. Well, why fit it and then say don't fit it? So don't, you can kind of like line it up, but yeah, it's going to fit, and we'll take care of that when it comes. Let's see, authentic details. As you can see, the turret on the original movie prop had extra distressing applied to the basic paint job that we have provided. This is optional, but if you wish to copy it on your model, we will be showing you the extra techniques to use. You may also notice some small extra details on the turret, which are not part of the basic molding. These will be provided later on in the build. Okay, all right. Okay, the turret on the original filming miniature in the Lucasfilm archive, showing the extra scratches and paint spatter, which we will be showing you how to replicate. So they're just talking about how there's some extra, painting that needs to be done. Like, for example, these pieces are really, this painting is really dark. There's some chipping and paint spatter and things like that. So we'll probably be painting over some of that to lighten it up so that these colors aren't so dark. And of course, that'll be, a long time down the road. So, that's it. Okay, so next up in issue 3, we are going to have, looks like the flight yokes and an extra panel here that's probably going to, should align up with the front of this guy here. We've got our seats for the cockpit, the doorway for the cockpit, and then issue 4 looks pretty simple. It just has a couple extra pieces of framing. I'm not sure what this little black piece is, and then more screw joints. So 2 more weeks, guys. 2 more weeks of work, and then we'll get our next 4 issues next month. Boy, I can't believe that. This is going both slow and fast. Like, I wish I had more parts to put together, but I don't. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching again. I'm going to leave a couple of these parts sitting over there for now, but I haven't really done any assembly on this, but it is what it is. But this was pretty cool to put together. All right, guys, issue 2 is done. We'll see you back in issue 3. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and please subscribe if you like the videos or if you like my gaming channel. And we'll see you next time. I'm Brad M73. This has been Build the Millennium Falcon. Bye for now.